It is it is match day. Aye. As you can clearly probably tell by my voice here, I don't know if you can. I've got a bit of a cold, and it has actually just been snowing outside, so I think I'll certainly have to go in more than just my pants to this match. Aye. It is the Boro versus Derby County. Frank Lampard's coming to the other side. England legend. But aye, rather than talk the game, let's talk a bit about how the championship has went so far. Well, as the table is here, a minute is quite tight. Anywhere up to about 12th. I'd say anybody up to about 12th, if not probably going a bit below, I'd say has a chance of top 2, because the table's like going up and down all the time after like they've been like 14 games. I mean, nothing's looking obvious this year. Like it was last year in the championship, it was obvious who it was going to be who would get top 2. It was obvious like Wolves are one of them. I mean, like, of course, they walked it last year. This year, I don't think anybody's going to look so obvious and like walk it. I think there's still a shock or two. Not so much of top 2, but definitely of top 6. I still think there's a shock on the way. Like, for example, somebody near the bottom might just do a fly up, like for example Bolton, Preston North End, Millwall, Rotherham, the rest who were down there, and end up finishing the top 6. You know, I certainly think there's a shock to come. You know, already there is some teams who were favourites for relegation who are like a point or so off playoffs. Like, for example, QPR now at 7th place. They were favourites to go down. I mean, of course, McLaren's done a really good job there. And of course, Birmingham City, I think I was another favourite not to do so well. And of course, with players he's inherited, Gary Monk has got him on 20 points at the minute, so they're in a good run. So yeah, again, it could be them get top 2. I think this season is certainly going to be a interesting one, and they keep saying it's only early days still, like from how the table has been, whereas I think last year, come this point, it was pretty much summed up. But I think this season's going to be a long up and down one for the championship. Well, of the game for today, Derby, am I confident? No. If anyone's going to say 4-0 win for Boro, what drugs are you on, thank you. Well, let's get to the game. Hat and scarf with it again on only the 26th or 27th of October. I think I need a new hat. I'm bloody sick of the sight of this one. I've had it for about 3 years. 13. Derby have been better by far, but we've had one corner. Well, that's about the only thing we have done all game. That was clearly coming, and of course, well, they deserve that. We've done absolutely nothing. Pretty much our setup has been absolutely awful. That was absolute garbage! Well, pretty much an open chance. They're just losing the ball this far. Garbage. Come on! Oh, cool. Get in! Come on! Oh. We have absolutely no chance. We have the corner right before half time. Oh, Sherry! Come on! They'll just go wide. Oh, straight in the foot of Derby defender. It is now half time and losing 1-0. That has been absolute garbage, honestly. We have just been outclassed in these purist tactics, setups. They're just outclassed now. Like all the ones who are more like in promotion, like for example Derby, are just outclassing us. To be honest, we have kind of attacked and got a bit far forward since they let that goal in, so I think they could be lucky and we might manage to squeeze a 1-1, but I can see it more going Derby's way and them getting more. There's honestly the best team I think I've seen down here for ages. Two subs just made Gestead came on for Somberlonger and Saville for more Besic, but we've got nothing to lose, why not? Former Boro player David Nugent has just came on for Derby. Oh, Boro! Have a corner. Chance to get on from set piece here. We've both fisted. Oh! Gone out for a goal kick. Derby just came so close to a second there, but Randolph pulled out a fantastic save. Had a goal. We could actually win the game now. It's like 10 minutes to go. So it is game on. Well, that game was absolute garbage. I'm not saying that because we drew. We could have even went and won, and I'd still be sat here now saying it was garbage. Like, we could have got a very late winner, and I've still sat here and said that game was garbage. We were jammy lucky to actually get a point out of that game. To be honest, I kind of feel for Derby about 2 points they robbed off them. Some people would say to me, well, what sort of a fan am I? But then, well, it's no worse than ones who were booing it the end, because of course I never boo my own team, never. I do criticise, but I don't boo, because the way I'd think about it is, therefore, if all 30 odd thousand people booing me at half time, it would just, if anything, make me encouraged just to do less effort in the second half to annoy people even more. I mean, so yeah, the booing isn't on, in my opinion. And of course, I let all football fans say what they think, so they can all agree with me if they want. But on the game, basically, well, I would blame Pulis for how he wins, because it was the way he set up. Like, pretty much the way he set up, both Gestead and Assombalonga looked lost, but then it's not their fault, because none of the rest of the team helped them. And of course, when twice in a row the goalkeeper has had man of the match, I think they might do well. As I said about this table is just changing all the time, I sometimes think, will we do well to stay up? Hang on, I'm being a bit silly say that. Of course we'll stay up, however we aren't that bad, but then, well, we're probably no worse than anybody else in the Championship. And I pretty much think all the Championship teams, like, just have the same chances, top two, relegation, as any others. So pretty much now, if you're at the bottom, don't start writing yourself off, because you could just pull out your shock and you might end up getting top six. It's now late on, and we are now second or third. Last I looked at the second, Sheffield United are beating Wigan 4-2. Leeds is the later on kick-off. So if they draw, they'll go above us. Next week for Stoke, I think Stoke are winning a minute. I'll just check. Can't exactly. Well, last I looked, Stoke were winning away. Whether that's changed now, I don't know. But for next week on to Stoke. Before the game started, I even said to somebody, I feel more confident about winning that game than winning today. So I shouldn't have moaned too much about the fact we didn't win today. Well, as I said, I didn't moan about the game, about the fact, the result. I moaned about the fact how it was set up. Now, pretty much in January transfer window, stuff has to be done, and it has to be proper stuff done. People on loan, that's not good enough, because people go on the bench, that's not good enough. It has to be people who are going to be playing, going to actually sign, not just get them on loan, because they go on loan for one reason, because we're not getting the game somewhere else. And of course, well, I've said it loads of times, I will make the odd comment about him. Pulis, of course, wasn't impressed with the transfer window, of course, which I've said loads of times. But yeah, today I'd blame him for the setup as well. And I hate commenting about managers. People say, oh, I just do these videos to have a go at Pulis. No, I don't at all. I hate having to say stuff about managers. To be honest, I'd hate it more if we got a manager who I'd rather have, like, for example, Steven Gerrard or Ryan Giggs or Frank Lampard. To be honest, I'd like Frank Lampard as Borough's manager, or Steven Gerrard or Ryan Giggs or Paul Scholes, someone who was a legendary player and would attract people to play for him and wouldn't make some players want to decide to leave to go to other clubs. Well, anyhow guys, please drop a like, subscribe, and goodbye.